So in 2021, I made a video in the style of probably one of my favorite YouTubers, Matt Rose, who just goes on Reddit and all other kinds of social media. Well, I thought that the best subreddit to take a look at when I was 17 years old was r/thathappened. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a subreddit where people share stories that are so exaggerated, they're not true. I made a video in 2021 that went through a few of those posts, but never ended up posting it. So today you're going to be seeing somewhat of a remake of that original video.
So, I got called to the jury duty, and, I was put in the seat instantly, of course. I said, Your Honor, I can't be a juror on a 2-week trial. I have opera rehearsal. And she said, Opera, huh? Well, sing something for us. And I did. In a federal court of law in front of the judge, 75 jurors, the lawyers, and the fucking defendant. I sang O mio bambino caro, and the judge excused me.
Oh, and I'm sure they all clapped along with you, huh?
When I was 6 years old, I made a tutorial on phone booth about how to call the police. And so I actually called 911 and told them I was kidnapped just to make sure the tutorial was more realistic. But 5 minutes later, a SWAT team showed up to my house and arrested my grandpa with Alzheimer's, who was on life support in the other room.
That one was actually pretty fun to do when I originally did it when I was 17. And I did it more of like a deeper kind of, voice like that. But I wanted to do more of a Mater impression with that one. Also, I just love how Bertram from from Jesse is in the background. Like, that's the profile picture. I don't know, I just thought that made it more funny.
Last year, I got so fucked up on ecstasy, I ended up painting an exact replica of the Last Supper. Best part is, I had an art project due the following Monday at school, and not only did I get an A, but the teacher sent it to an art museum in France, and now it's hung up there with my name below it. I got $50,000 from a drug binge. Don't do drugs, kids. Or do, I don't know.
If you're gonna go on the internet and tell lies like that, at least make it sound believable.
Yesterday, I explained something so blue to my therapist that she asked me if we could pause for a minute so she could think about it. I'm getting so close to winning therapy, I can feel it in my bones.
You know what, when I first read that when I was 17, I was just so mind-boggled by that because I've never heard the expression of winning therapy before. I found this on a TikTok video talking about testicle size versus dick size. Mine are very big, but still at age 50. I could still go 3 times a day. Got divorced over it. Had a vasectomy, and could still go all day long.
Yeah, sure, your massive monster dick is the real reason why you got divorced, buddy.
I'm gonna be honest, it's probably the funniest one I've read. Just because I'm not picturing a 50-year-old man actually typing that out, I'm picturing some, 15-year-old kid who's trying to act cool.
I was listening in English Lit, and my teacher took out my headphones. Needless to say, I am no longer seen as a good girl. I'm a transsexual, and I have my teacher's respect. He said if I sang along to it, he'd let me play whatever music I wanted for the next week in class. I did. My crush told me she thought I was so cool. I am now DJ for a week.
I took an AP English Lit class when I was in high school, and there is no way that you were able to have that much time on your hands. And for an added bonus, I'm going to be reading this that I just discovered today.
Went to my local Walmart and bought the very last Superman toy. Saw a kid crying because he was hoping to buy it. I felt bad for a second, but then realized he's a gun fan. So I laughed at him and broke the toy in front of him.
You know, I assume that a grown-ass man made this post. You are really weird for fantasizing about making a kid cry because he liked a version of a superhero that you didn't like.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed my latest video. It was pretty fun to do that again for the first time in 4 years. And if you guys want to see more like that, please let me know.